Hey, listen to Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 486. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan, and we're going to do the first post-Joe CCO show by talking about Dragonstorm Legendary Bros. Now hit our theme song! That was a lot. Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole bunch is going down. We're back in the first show of the post-Joe era.
Yeah.
We got the Legendary Bros from Dragonstorm. We got some stories to tell, some people to thank. Before we get to any of that stuff, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com. They're your source for all your gaming needs, where you can use extra special promo code CCO Holiday. Save yourself 5% off all your cards, all your sealed product, all your playmats, dice, all the stuff you could possibly want, even board games and other kinds of accessories that I have not mentioned yet today. Also, we have to thank Pile of Bones Brewing Co. They are the second coolest thing to come out of Regina, as well as being the official beer sponsor for CCO Sidewalk Slam! Season 3, Episode 3, recording next week, right here on YouTube.
Oh my God. Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
You went so fast, I couldn't even show all our new animations.
Oh shit, show them.
You went so fast, we couldn't even finish talking about Sidewalk Slam.
Slams.
Oh my God.
It's
and
excellent.
You'd see the new animations if you're watching on YouTube.
Which you should be, because me and Ryan and LB and Gary are working really hard to pick up the slack left behind by Joe.
Yeah, very much so. And man alive, I'm in the middle of the second game of Sidewalk Slam 2. It's coming out. Sorry for the delay. Every single thing in the world has gotten in the way of that, including Tarkir Dragonstorm, where I am going to FusionGamingOnline.com and using CCO Holiday promo code to pick me up a Play Booster box for the CCO Dude Bros to open, drink beer, and have a gay old time.
Wait, what? I didn't know we were doing that.
I just made that up.
Oh, are you actually going to do it, though?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sweet.
Yes.
Yeah. Alas, people haven't...
I'm going to do it anyways. I might as well spend less money.
There we go.
There it is.
A lot of people have been asking, is there going to be a BBO on the CCO YTC for this one? Alas, no. With the upping cost of packs and with Vegas and Final Fantasy coming up, I don't know anybody who's doing a collector box. So alas, there will be no BBO on this one. But Final Fantasy, we are going to do a live one in Vegas with everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. So good, so good, so good. And, final big thank you goes out to, and you already did it, but I'll do it as well, producer Gary and LB from the Dufferin Avenue Media Network Studio Network.
Correct.
Studio.
Man, now that he's pointed it out to me, LB was like, it's not the damn network, because the N in damn stands for network. So now when I say damn, I have to make sure that I don't say the N part. So it's just dam, like a beaver dam, and then network, and I just say the N at the end.
Brando.
What?
That was the whole joke. When we say damn network, studio, network, network, studio.
Yeah.
That was the joke.
Oh.
I hope that the camera can pick up LB and Gary laughing.
Excellent.
Or the microphones, I mean.
Okay. Well, good.
So
I'm glad
now you know.
Now that we've ironed that wrinkle out,
yes,
we can move on.
Yes, sir. We are we're talking about the legendary creatures from Tarkir Dragonstorm.
Yes,
I was drawn on a blank. But before we get to it, one last piece of podcasting business.
Okay.
We have a couple Patreon supporters to thank. One returning, one brand new. And they need to be reminded of their nicknames, and these ones are frickin' easy.
Okay.
So here's the deal.
Okay.
Patreon.com/CCO Podcast. Great way to get into our Discord community, and I've made a commitment that I want to play more games online this year.
There you go.
Especially because it's hard for me to get into the LGS on time to actually get into a game there, because I live out in the middle of a field.
Yes.
Yeah. So great way to get into the Discord. That's where I'm going to find my games.
The truth.
Second thing, you get your invite and help plan the CCO experiences.
Yes.
Vegas is full, but you can still, of course, contribute and plan and help pick and talk about meetups and get discounts on CCO merch and stuff when you're a patron.
We'd still love to see if you come out to Vegas.
Yep.
It's always a good time. And is it Hotlanta? Is that what they call it?
Yes.
Hotlanta coming up, and it's going to be very exciting. I'm
Yep.
very excited for that one. We're all going to get together and wrestle an alligator. I'm
Oh,
convinced.
I thought we were just going to like oil up in some olive oil like in ancient Greece and wrestle.
An alligator, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, as long as there's oil. I'm
Yeah.
happy.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, we can oil
Yeah,
up. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, want to slip through their jaws, you got to be oiled up.
Oh,
otherwise,
that's not the only thing I'll be slipping through.
otherwise somebody get hurt.
I suppose.
Come
yeah.
on.
So great ways, all the best benefits to becoming a patron, along with your Patreon nickname.
Yeah.
Benefit.
Benefits.
Okay, we've got a returning patron.
Hit me with truth.
This is low-hanging fruit,
Okay.
or low-hanging rod in this case.
Okay.
This is Nathan Penrod. I think that you laughed that hard the first time. He's a returner.
A peen rod.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bean.
Peen rod.
Yes.
Yep.
Welcome.
Welcome back, and F you for being here.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, new. Also low-hanging fruit.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I'm gonna spell the word petite. Pettit.
Pettit.
Or P-tit.
P-tit.
P-tit Bobby.
P-tit Bobby. Yes. No king shaming in the nation.
Or Bobby Pettit.
He
Or
probably does.
Pet Bobby.
I wouldn't. He could, though. Again, no king shaming in the nation. Do what you want.
And Canadian.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know how to react to that anymore.
Mostly I'm sorry because of the cost of living, the
Yeah.
cost of groceries, and the cost of magic cards.
Mostly the cost of magic cards.
Yes.
And we're going through our 12th fucking bout of winter here. I don't know
Oh
where
my
Bob
God.
Pettit is from, but Jesus Christ. We had another blizzard today.
Yeah,
what
that's
the
it.
flying fuck is going on?
That's very much it. That's very much it. And I'm out of practice. We got all these new graphics. I didn't even use the Patreon one. LB's going to be like, why did I even build that?
Well, because we're going to use it for the next 486 shows.
And now I'm going to have to do it all in post. Thanks, Editor Joe.
Yeah, way to freaking bail out.
Yeah, he's haunting us from the grave.
Why don't you throw discs at baskets and have a good day?
That's some
I
bullshit
hope you
right there.
do.
Well, speaking of good day, I want to have a good day with some legendary Creech from Tarkir Dragonstorm.
Is that possible?
I think so.
Okay.
And
Okay, convince me.
I've got a few things here on my mind as of late regarding Tarkir Dragonstorm.
Okay.
There's not very many,
No.
which I actually like.
I do too.
A couple years ago, we were complaining, and we talked about it on the pre-show yesterday briefly. There's, what is it, 26, 30 something?
26.
26. Usually, it's like, 59, 75 of them.
Usually every good creature is a legendary one. In the last set, they even memed on them and had a bunch of legendary uncommons with no text on them. Just because, like,
Yes. And last year, 2023 and 22, we saw sets that had more than 100 legendary creatures.
insane.
And that's not us complaining, because I think more is better, and I like running into legendary creatures that I've never heard of before.
Yep.
But at the same time, I like the emotional investment in the character or the story or something that very accurately represents what I think the color pie is, or like in this case, the 3-color shards.
Sure.
I like that. And I'm trying to balance that against like the 3-color creature that is whoever,
Sure.
and another version of that same character on a different card. I'm trying to balance that because I'm not sure if I like that.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, and we will take this journey together is what we're going to do.
And I'm trying to balance that with, man, I've got 2 versions of this same character. I like both cards, but I don't like that it's the same guy.
But it's not so bad. I don't mind having a bunch of different of the same dude. I have every Krenko in my Goblin deck.
I suppose.
And you know what works really good together? Krenko and Krenko and Krenko.
Yeah, Kranko and his brother Kranko and their other fucking second cousin Kranko.
That's right. They work very well together.
Yeah.
Good homies.
Well, Can't argue with Crankle.
Can't. And if you do,
Buddy Crankle will beat you up.
he'll boss your mob.
Yeah. Okay.
King your pin. I don't remember what the other guy is called.
Ooh, I like getting my king pinned.
That's right.
Like my crank pinned. I love getting my mob crank. Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. I love the art in this set. There is a few legendary creatures in their regular art and their
Showcase art?
pre-con. Their pre-con widescreen art, like their full art version that I really like.
Okay, I'm into
So
that.
I really dig that. There's lots of pieces of art that I like, and I kind of want to build these.
You're gonna build more than one?
I'm thinking about it. I'm really looking at a bunch of them that I either want in 99s of my deck, and I don't have a deck that they'll go in, or is it just like, hey, build that guy and put the other guys in that I also want?
Probably. See me, I'm the exact opposite. I'm going to build none of these, and I'm going to save the last 2 spots in my lineup for Final Fantasy guys.
Final 2 spots in your lineup?
Yep, I'm going to do 30. That's my plan, because that's how much I have space for in
Why
my
don't you
little spot.
why don't you just do like 34 and do one of every color combo?
Well, because then I have to start stacking stuff on top, and I have 3 mono red decks and like 4 Gruul decks, and I don't want to cut that down.
And you don't want 50 decks.
Yeah, I don't want 50.
Because that's just irresponsible.
Well, that's too many. I could never maintain all those. I have enough trouble as it is.
I can't argue.
Right? Like,
Can't argue.
man.
Can't argue.
I was going through my decks for EDH&M after the show today because we're recording on a different day, and I just picked the ones that I forgot I had. So I brought all of the decks I forgot I had together to EDH&M tonight.
Uncle Brando, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, very excellent. Okay. Well, let's get into some Creech.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about some new merch for Vegas. I'm going to have some merch in time, but
that's exciting.
I don't have it ready, and I don't have any pictures for the YouTube people, so I just want to move right into it. And,
Okay.
And here's where I got to start controlling the new graphics like a totally professional podcasting professional with my phone in my hand.
Yes. I was hoping that they would have more colorful buttons. Can we have more colorful buttons for this, LB? Is that a thing we can do? The buttons just... My man. Okay, so
yes,
we'll have some...
Yes, because him and I, when we did it last week, forgot to save it. First freaking rule is make sure you save your work.
Doesn't it remind you before you close the program even? Would
know.
you like to save all this work?
I just left. I don't know. I probably had to go to a hockey practice, or I was angry, or both.
You were angry that you had to go to a hockey practice.
Who are we starting with today?
Anafenza Unyielding Lineage. We're going to start at the very bottom and work our way up.
Starting with a frickin' banger, hey?
Yes.
This card is not very good.
No, it's not. It's a Spirit Soldier for white and 2. It's a 2/2 with flash and first strike. Whenever another non-token you control dies, she,
Endures 2.
Endures 2, which means she gets 2+1/+1 counters.
Yep.
Keep your eye out for cards that say those words on it. Or you make a 2/2 shitty ghost, which means a ghost that does not fly.
Okay, so she's a first strike, flash, 2/2 for 2.
Yes.
Excellent limited card. Oh my god, they had to put this at rare because it's too good for limited. When she enters, when she dies.
No, when another thing dies.
Oh, another thing.
When another not token dies, you make a token or she gets bigger.
So I can't even flash block with my token that it's
Correct.
She's got to die. Oh.
Yes.
I went from thinking this card was good for just 1 second.
No, it's not. She's kind of uninteresting, not very good. Maybe in the 99 somewhere. Possibly in a deck that has greens. You could have a doubling season. I hear that's a good card.
I never heard of her.
But other than that, I feel she's mid at best. She's a utility creature, I would argue.
Anafenza is from the Abzan clan too, right? So you would pair her with green and or black.
Yes.
Theoretically.
So you have creatures that die and sack and come back, sure.
Yes.
But I think that she's just here because they needed an Anafenza card.
Yes.
And they're like, well, we've got this one. Let's just erase the name, make it legendary, and call it Anafenza.
And I think she's dead now because she's actually a ghost.
Good.
That's what Aiden on Commander Munchies will tell us.
She will. He will. And I will go,
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, now I know that.
That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Let's move on to our first face commander homie in Betor Ancestor's voice.
Dude, and this one might win for my favorite art out of all the legends, possibly the whole set.
Wow.
I really like this piece. The colors, the lighting, the orange and blue kind of together, how the sun coming down makes its wings look like, I don't know, translucent sort of.
It looks brown.
And what do you call it? Betor? Better?
Better? Betor? Betor?
Bator? Oh, Bator.
Betor!
Yeah.
You
Bator,
spit
Ancestor's Voice, is a 5/3 spirit dragon for green, black, white, 2 flying lifelink. Oh, we're doing pretty good here.
Sure,
This
yeah.
is a 3/5 flying lifelinker for 5.
Yeah?
It's pretty good.
Not too bad.
Okay. At the beginning of your end step, put a number of +1/+1 counters on up to one target other creature you control equal to the amount of life you gained this turn.
So it's 3 +1/+1 counters on another creature.
Unless you gained more life than that.
Unless you gain more life than that.
Like if you were playing a lifelink deck.
Or Soul Sisters or some other bug.
Or if you had an Exsanguinate.
Yeah.
We'll continue. Okay. Return up to one target creature card with mana value less than or equal to the amount of life you lost this turn from your graveyard to the battlefield. So we could gain life and lose life.
Yes.
We would want to maybe pay a whole bunch of life, or card draw a bunch of life, or just lose life to get stuff back from our graveyard.
Here's what you do. You play this.
Okay.
You use the green part of your library to make better big.
Yes.
Making better, if you will.
I will.
You then attack in for a bunch of life gain.
Yep.
Then you pay a whole bunch of life into your Necropotence.
Yes.
Then at the end of your turn, you put all those cards into your hand, putting you above 7, so you discard the creature that you want into your bin, and then you get it back.
Oh,
because
that's
you know
really-
exactly how much life you've gained.
That's really freaking good.
That's what I do.
That's what
That's
I would
what I'd do if I was doing this.
That's and realistically, you're playing the color in white that tutors for enchantments.
Yep.
The color in black that tutors for frickin' anything.
Yep.
And theoretically, you don't need the green portion to make better. You could just attack and gain life and put the +1 counters on up to one other target creature. Oh, they figured me out.
Yeah. Well, you can put onto one of your Soul Sisters that you're probably playing.
Sure.
Right? Your Soul Warden's going to get in for 4 now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or 5.
I think that this card is good. I think that the deck that this runs is very resilient
Agreed.
and always gets its guy back.
I think that this is the 5-color mono white Angel Aaron pick of the set that he's probably going to want to build. Because it's a Soul Sisters very geared deck that will be very resilient and very good and see you soaring up in your life total.
You can play all the Soul Sisters because you got white, black, and green for that Essence Warden. You've got the Debt to the Deathless and Exsanguinate colors. You've got the Tutor colors. You've got... Frick, man, this card's good.
Yeah, this is a very good card.
I like this card.
And it's in the correct colors for it to be in.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. If it said everything exactly the same, except it was white, blue, green, I'd be like, oh, this card is still a good card based on all the words that are on it, but blue is wrong.
Yeah, take a hike.
Take a hike, blue.
Should we talk about another better?
Yes.
Maybe this is better. Let's see if better is better when he is kin to all. He's a 5/7 for 5.
Fuck, that was good.
He has flying, and at the beginning of your end step, if creatures you control have total toughness 10 or greater,
Oh, I like this.
draw a card. Then,
Total toughness.
toughness.
Toughness, okay.
Then, if those creatures have total toughness 20 or greater, untap each creature you control. Then, if creatures you control have total toughness 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life rounded up. Wow.
I think better might be better.
I think better might be better as well.
And here's why I think better is better. This is literally frickin' butt tree guy. What's his name?
Doran. Oh, no, we're going to run into him later.
Oh, yes, I know. But this is Doran's deck, but it's better's better Doran deck.
Yes.
Man, this is getting better and better. Better's Doran deck is better than Doran's deck
Yes.
because it gives you the card draw and it gives you the damage without having to attack and tap your guys so your huge butt blockers can still block in Better's better Doran deck.
Yes. We did it. We
Oh
got
my
there.
God.
That's pretty good. Right?
I like both Betters.
I think that they're both very cool as well. Not, again, my style of deck, either one of them.
No.
But both are cool, and I can see why people would want to play them. And I'll bet you if you run into one better, the better deck would be made better by including better. Yep. Yep. And if you see anybody else playing in Abzan, right? Abzan?
Yeah.
In Abzan Soul Sisters deck, you could say, I can't believe it's not better.
You could say that.
Yeah. If it's not better, of course. It would be made better if it was better. I say that about lots of stuff all the time, and now it's going to be really confusing. There's a card that's got the name.
I am so confused.
Very strange. Should we move on to the next face commander?
Absolutely. And I'm going to add that this is another card that I, A, like, B, like the colors, C, like the creature type, and D, really like the art.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna throw in E. I don't like this one.
Her name starts with an E.
It sounds lazy to me. It feels lazy to me. I'm going to tell you why in a second. Elsha Threefold Master. You want to read it? You want me to read it?
Elsha Threefold Master. Blue, black, white, full stop.
Blue, red, white.
That's what I said.
Yes. I
Ish.
heard it.
Jin Monk. Monk.
Important.
Very good. Monk goes in Archimandrite.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Trample. Prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature thing, she gets +1/+1 till end of turn.
Neat.
Non-creature thing, mind.
Yep.
Not instant sorcery. You could cast artifacts. So Cheerios, or you could pair this card with frickin' Underworld Breach and Brain Freeze.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck is even that? Like, man. Okay. Whenever Elsha deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 white monk creature tokens with prowess. They have prowess too. And you're in the color that has multiple attack steps.
Yep.
So if you just like breach and frickin' mill yourself, you breach and mill yourself, or like dramatic reversal scepter yourself.
Yep.
And that counts as casting because
Sure does.
Isochron Scepter casts. And frickin' you make her big and you just mill yourself until you hit an extra combat step. And then you frickin' Past in Flames also yourself.
Yep.
And then all of your guys that you got from Elsha being huge already all have haste now because your creatures gain haste when you get extra combat step.
Well, you have to hit with her first.
Yes.
And then you got to make the combat step after that.
Yes.
And here's why I don't like this card.
I think it's freaking great.
Here's why. Because if you took the white off,
Yes.
it's just another Is It Spellslinger card, but this one has white on it. So that it can make tokens. And it just feels a little bit, no, we need a Jeskai card.
Should
What should it
probably
do?
be Elsha.
Well, let's just play blue and red bullshit, and also it can make bodies, so you don't have to worry about adding creatures to your deck, because she'll just do it for you. And somebody went, sure thing, boss, and then here it is. And I'm not saying it's bad, I just think it's kind of a lazy design. This is what I expect a Jeskai commander to do, and it does it very well, and it looks very good doing it. But other than that, it's kind of a ho-hummer for me as well. I can see why people are going to play it, and I think that people should be right to be excited about it, but this is me wiping my fucking hands with it.
I am not going to go past ho-hummer.
Okay.
Because I love getting ho-hummed. Just throwing that out there.
Fair point.
Yep. And I love that she's a monk, and I have a place for her already.
Yep.
And because she's a face commander, she's automatically like the most pimp version of her card that goes right into my deck.
Yeah.
And everything after monk, because look, we've got a name line, then we have a type line.
Right.
Type line says monk.
Yep.
Literally everything else is gravy. So this card's freaking good. Okay, next card.
My least favorite art is on the regular card, the one that's on the screen right now.
Oh, what have you done?
Because I went through and I made sure that all of the cool ones were on the show.
Oh,
Because I always used to think, man, I hope that Joe's doing this the way that I would like to do it.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing it.
Well, now you have the opportunity. This is why that extra time is important. Yeah. Okay, so this on the screen, if you're watching on YouTube, which you should be, is the Inkblot clan background drawing.
Yes, so it's got like the teamer symbol in the background, and it's got like the smears of paint indicating the colors of the thing.
Yes, and
then
it's supposed to be claws, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then it's got like half the card is black. So this is Eshki Dragonclaw. It's teamer in 1 for a 4/4, vigilance, trample, ward 1. So it already sounds like a teamer card.
Yep.
At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've cast both a creature and a not creature spell this turn, draw a card and put 2 +1/+1 counters on her. That's our second instance of putting 2 +1/+1 counters on our commander or the creature.
Man, this card is almost there. She's almost there, but it says at the beginning of combat, if you've cast both a creature and a non-creature. So, okay, cast 2 spells, you get the bonus Cool. Right. It fits into like that cast two things flurry ability that they're doing in this set. Though it isn't that because they specifically want a creature and a non-creature.
Right.
But it's a frickin' triggered ability that triggers at combat, not just every second spell you cast.
Whenever you do it,
Or whenever you do it. If I had creature with flash and non-creature on your turn, but it says beginning of combat on my turn.
Yep.
Almost there. Almost. Frick. The only like fix or cure for that is just stuff every extra combat in there that you can. And then you make your guy huge, you draw a ton of cards, and you just squash dinks. You turn them into bookmarks.
So this is the second card in a row that's just mash extra combat spells.
Yes.
It's a great set.
I'm pretty sure that's what Tarkir's about. Why don't you like this?
I don't know. I don't. And it's not because I'm looking so far ahead. This is just like, okay, sure, it's another fucking...
Brando, it's like if somebody gave you a meat and cheese burrito and you said this, I hate it.
Would never do that. I would never do it. I wouldn't. Can't be done.
Eshki Dragon Claw burrito.
Nope. Not my thing.
Ah, wow, that green mana symbol, hey, it's like lettuce.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yep, you eat it.
Lettuce,
although it's more like broccoli, and I really like broccoli.
Lettuce
That's my
and tomatoes, baby.
choice.
Okay.
Tomatoes, gross.
Okay, here's our second instance of same guy, but different.
Yes, this is another face commander. Oh, we should have mentioned, what's her name? That other girl lady we was talking about?
Yeah.
Elsha only has the face commander for the commander deck. I hope that Aiden All Killer, No Chiller, Filler, Miller explains that to us in Commander Munchies. Because I'm curious as to why she doesn't have a regular set card, whereas everybody else does.
Maybe she's dead. Maybe she died.
Maybe.
I don't know.
She looks kind of like a ghost. Eshki Teemer's Roar.
Eshki Teemer's Roar. I like this art. I like the card. I like everything about this.
So it's a 2/2 for Teemer.
Yes.
Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Eshki. Gee, I wonder why you like that. If that spell's power is 4 or greater, draw a card. If that spell's power is 6 or greater, she deals damage equal to her power to each opponent. I like this one.
I think it's really close. I love that it's cast creature, not ETB, so it triggers on cast.
Right.
I like that draw card.
Yep.
And you can just pound in like the cheapest guys that got 4/4 power toughness and just draw everything. I'm thinking of like Eshki 0-drop artifact and Mirror Enforcers and stuff. Not terrible, not a terrible strategy, right? Fill it with some walkie bees, some hangy sack walkers.
Sure.
And
some market sack walkers.
Yeah, cryptic trilobite.
Sure.
Oh man, okay. And hydras.
Yes.
Sure. And then at least like you're getting your money's worth for how much mana you're spending.
Yeah.
And then 6 or greater, Eshki deals power damage equal to her power.
Yeah.
Frick, so close. So close.
I feel like this...
Mind you, she's going to get bigger.
Like, would this be, I'm going to say it, Shitty Animar?
Yes.
This is Shitamar.
Ooh.
Right? It's got the same, it's got 100% more P and 100% more T.
I do like those things.
For the same mana investment, encourages you to do essentially the same thing that Animar does, and then gives you just 2 different payoffs, which... Animar realistically, because... Mind you, he got pro white and pro black, so you can attack with him when he's huge and maybe get in, and that is definitely a payoff, but it doesn't win you the game immediately, like the payoff that is cost reduction. Yes. This just has 2 payoffs that are draw a card when you cast probably any guy in your deck. Pretty good.
Or nearly any guy in your deck, and deal damage equal to Eshki's power plus the number of guys you've cast.
Yeah.
Which actually gets really good because... at the point in the game where you can cast maybe 2 6-power guys, maybe they're shitty guys and they just have lots of power, or maybe you make actually a lot of mana and you chain 2 or 3 guys together in a turn, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm going to deal damage to literally everything. Damage.
And sometimes 4 and then 5 and then 6 and then 7 in a turn is enough.
To each opponent. Yeah, each opponent. So you could maybe just go like, 6-power guy, 6-power guy, and then... maybe those guys have haste, or maybe you've got other guys that are like, also, I'll hit you for 12.
Yeah.
And it's like 24 damage to somebody in a turn, and that's payoff.
It's not bad.
And I love the mana cost.
Gamer.
That's my favorite mana cost.
Is it really?
You got a favorite mana cost?
Yeah, man. Red, 4.
I like red, blue, green. Straight up. That's a friggin' meat and cheese burrito with lettuce.
Gross.
Yeah.
I hate everything about that.
I'm sticking to it. That's
I don't
my
like
story.
that. What about, do you like paying black, white, green for stuff?
Nope.
Felother Dawn of the Abzan?
What even is that? Like, what is Felother?
Felother.
Felother?
That's what I'm calling him. Felother.
Felother.
Yep. Felother is a 3/3 with trample. What?
That sounds like we're going for some falafel. Some falafel and some falofar.
We're going to go for some Felother.
Man, I love falother.
Maybe
A
he
little bit of
makes
curry
that.
powder on there.
Maybe he makes that in his hat. He takes his little Hershey Kiss hat off, and then he makes hot pot in it. Felother.
I don't know. I think that looks like aliens are invading, but they can't read my mind if I have this hat on.
It's a tinfoil hat. Oh, man. It's a 3/3 with trample for Abzan whenever it comes into play. Or attacks, you can sacrifice a non-land permanent. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That is shitty bug dude from Golgari.
Yeah, what's his name? Frick.
I can't think of his name right now, but
Lara plays him.
they're yelling at us in the nation. They know who this is.
God
It's
damn
just
it.
bad, that bug guy. Malik?
Malik?
Nope.
Fuck.
Mazarek.
There we go.
Did it.
We're the greatest Magic players in the
Oh,
world.
we're so good at this.
It isn't. It's not the same thing. And this guy has white in it, so you could blink this.
Yeah.
And if I blink this even like one time, it gets +1/+1 counter on each freaking guy.
But you have one less guy.
Hey.
You have one less guy. You have to sacrifice something.
Oh yeah, you do have to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Non-land permanent. I could sacrifice anything. I could sacrifice something shitty.
That's true. You can do that in Mazarek, too.
I could sacrifice a clue.
Could.
I could sacrifice a treasure.
You could.
I could sacrifice anything.
Mazarek, you could sacrifice that clue to draw a card. Or sacrifice that treasure for a mana. And get the same effect. So I would argue this is a lower powered version of a very, very powerful card.
Yes.
Maybe if you really wanted to add white to your Mazarek deck to make it a little bit more tokeny,
Mm-hmm.
very cool. Good idea.
Yep.
But
You know what this reads to me as, and you hit it on the head. If you wanted to add white to your Mazarek deck, I'm going to suggest the opposite.
Okay.
I'm going to say, I'm a new player. Me
Okay.
and my dad or whatever go and get a box of Tarkir Dragonstorm, and I open up a Falafel Dawn of the Abzan.
Yep.
And I say, oh, I'm going to build this token deck. I'm going to do this thing where I sacrifice and get stuff back, or I'm going to blink. And that's what Abzan is in my mind because I've got all these Tarkir cards that facilitate this strategy.
Yes.
Cool. Somewhere down the road in the future, I discover Mazarek, bug sacrifice guy,
Yep.
and I say, oh my God, this
Cut
is
all the fucking white out of there.
this is what I'm doing already, except better.
Yep.
And since it's like some time later and my collection is grown, I don't need all this white token production and white cards that I needed because my collection was small.
Yep.
I needed 60 cards in my commander deck. Well, now I have plenty enough in just green and just black, and I'm going to do Mazarek. My mana base is going to get better because it's going to have less non-basics that ETB tapped, and it's going to have less chance to screw me over if I just want to run basics.
Yep.
So yeah, I could see this being a stepping stone to something like Mazarek.
You know what?
That's got to be the right name. I'm scared we're going to say the wrong name, and Editor Joe's not going to put the actual right card on the screen.
It's Mazarek for sure. Definitely is. Crawl
Sure.
Death Priest. Here's something that I don't think.
Oh yeah, it is.
Here's something that I don't think we've actually mentioned about this set in general and these kinds of sets. When you have legends that are lots and lots of colors, I would argue that they're exceptionally good for new players because you don't need it's more difficult than you think to build a monocolored deck because there's a certain number of cards that you kind of need.
Yep.
And when you've got lots of colors to pick from, you have lots of options, and suddenly your packs full of draft chaff actually have a little bit more play and a little bit more utility. So if you wanted to do Mazarek, but like Ryan says, you just don't have enough green and black stuff to make it go, rather than pumping it full of just shitty artifacts that you own, now you can actually play well thought out selected cards that apply to your theme because you have an extra color, and I do appreciate that. When I say something's shitty Mazarek, it's also easier to build Mazarek if you're a new player that just wants to get into the strategy.
I love that take, and you know what? The same exact thing can be said of under-supported kindreds and under-supported strategies. Like I talked about on the pre-show yesterday, I talked about Shrufus.
Yep.
And I'm playing nearly every single Saproling card in Shrufus. And some are like not very good. Some are like they rely on kicker.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to play that. And then there's a bunch of things that just reference tokens in general.
Yep.
And then there's still not enough stuff. So I'm like, oh, I'm just going to put overwhelming
Beastmaster extension.
Yeah, Beastmaster and overwhelming Stampede and Overrun.
Yeah.
Good thing those cards are good.
Yes.
And they work well with tokens. But the point is there's not actually enough cards that say the word Saproling on them to just build a deck in mono green.
Yes.
If you add in black or you add in white or both, there's plenty. But in just green,
This might actually be kind of a neat Saproling commander now that I'm thinking about it.
Falother.
It could be okay. Now, let's talk about the card that I actually might put in a deck.
The next Falother?
It's the only one. It's the next Falafel. This one is Steadfast.
Ooh, the Steadfast Falafel.
And this is also better Doran.
Oh,
I think it even costs the same as Doran. It's the same size as Doran at 0.5. It's a human warrior instead of a tree folk. It has Doran's entire text box in each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Then it has 2 additional lines. One of which is creatures you control can attack as though they didn't have defenders, so your walls can beat the shit out of people. And, more importantly, it has 3 tap, sack another dude, draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's toughness, then discard cards equal to its power.
This is the first card where I said, what in the actual ass? Mm-hmm. Mother ass.
Mother of God.
That's what I said. I said, is Doran is literally obsolete unless you're building it for tree folk purposes.
Yes.
Because even the creature type, human and warrior,
Are better.
both of those are better.
Yeah. Like, it's just better in... Can we actually say on the internet, this is a strictly better Doran? Unless you're doing tree folk? Can we say that? Or does Doran cost 1 less?
Doran is 1 less.
He costs 1 less magic.
And he is a tree folk shaman, so you're not comparing apples to apples because it's strictly better unless this and this and this condition are met. Removes it from the argument of strictly better. Otherwise, the internet will get mad at you.
Yeah, it's better, though. If you're doing the Doran thing and not the tree folk or shaman thing, you should be doing the falafel thing.
Yes.
And then, if you're me, you should just ignore the first line and the second line and jump right down to sacrifice my creature in my dredge deck to dredge half of my library and then dredge it some more.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say get that frickin' guy from Lorwyn that's a 2/12. That's a pay 3, draw 10.
Yes.
That's pretty good. I love drawing 10.
I would love to draw 10. I would love to not draw 10 and instead put 20 from my library into play.
It's pretty good.
And then just discard all the shit.
Yes.
Put all the dredgers back in.
Yep.
So good. So I like that one, but for obvious scumbag reasons.
Yeah, I think if you have Doran or considered a Butts Matter deck, this is the commander. This is the de facto commander for that now because it does the things that you want. And it also does the wall thing that, who is it?
Arcades?
Arcades the strategist, yeah. But, of course, doesn't have blue like Arcades has.
Which is a thing because there's lots of good walls in blue, especially in white and blue.
Yes. But we do have access to white here. Sorry, Producer Gary, just punched the microphone. And everybody listening at home, we'll try not to do again. Yeah, this card's good.
Yes, this is an exceptionally good card.
I expect to run into this card at LGS. Oh, because it's a precon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck. This card's going to be everywhere.
Oh, yeah, we're going to see this card lots of places, yes.
This card's going to be everywhere.
There's going to be the dragon decks that get built from here, and I would argue this one, because lots of people have those ass damage decks, and now there's a reason to bust them out again, right? They have E-Honda, they have Doran, they have Arcades. Now they have this other new toy to play with, new card to try out. Pretty cool.
Yes. Now, technically, we have not hit the most popular legend from the set on EDH Rec yet.
Okay.
And we also have not hit the most popular one from the precons either.
Oh.
We haven't hit the most popular one yet.
Okay.
So let's keep trucking here.
Continue
What
on.
do we got next? Kotis.
Zip Bang Champion.
Ziploc bag champion.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh, man.
Okay, this is I'll tell you.
Okay.
Tell you something. And,
tell
and you know me.
I do.
You know that I say mono black zombie, best zombie. Only way I'll play zombies.
Yeah.
If I was going to get my mind changed,
Okay.
I was going to switch teams.
Okay.
This would be the guy.
It wasn't the Esper guy from last set? Whew.
No, too easy.
Ooh, okay, all right.
Too
okay,
easy.
Too
and
easy.
we already bullied Alex out of not playing it. Definitely didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
We just started to make fun of him, and he was like, okay, just won't play it. Would not recommend you bully your friends.
No.
Okay. Kotis Ziploc bag champion is Saltai.
Do you think he broke his legs so that we'd stop picking on him? Do you think he did it on purpose?
Oh, dude, he broke his leg worse than I did.
Oh, man. He wanted to be just like Ryan
Yes.
so that we'd stop bullying him. As if we don't bully Ryan. What?
Yeah.
What a bad plan, dude.
I got freaking orange hair. I'm fucked.
Yeah, you have
forever.
Kotis Ziploc bag champion. What's he do?
Zombie warrior 3/3. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard by exiling 3 other cards from your graveyard in addition to paying its other costs. I will remind you, that's Underworld Breach.
Yes.
Also, whenever one or more creatures you control enter or cast, if they're cast from a graveyard, put 2+1 counters on Kotis.
There's another example of put 2+1 counters on this commander.
So if I do the Kotis thing, Kotis becomes a 5/5. So if like I have, I don't know, an Ornithopter in my graveyard, I have a 5/5 for 3.
Sure.
That's okay, just hear me out. That's fine if I fill the deck full of Cheerios creatures or 1-drops.
Right.
I'm punching way above my weight class. And I'll have you know, there's lots of 1-drop zombies like Cryptbreaker and Gravecrawler and Carrion Feeder. And even if you go outside of zombies, I'm just naming zombies because this guy's a zombie.
Yeah.
But then you could go like Viscera Seer or
Bloodghast is really good in here.
Bloodghast would be really good. Yeah, so there's lots of 1-drops that make this guy a 5/5 for 4. Or 0-drops like Rograk and Kobolds and shit.
Right.
And Ornithopters for blocking that you can just recast again. Really gives me Muldrotha vibes in that way.
Sure.
And also is a 5/5 for less than 5 mana.
Does this just go in Muldrotha? Use the colors, right?
Yes.
I'd play this in a Muldrotha deck. It gives you access to an additional creature out of the bin, but I guess you have to just like get rid of some of your ammo. But I mean, maybe sometimes you just need 2 bros.
Yes.
Muldrotha players can correct us.
Sometimes you need 2 bros, yes, and sometimes Muldrotha players don't really care if they're getting rid of some of the cards in their graveyard because they probably have 20 or more.
They have 2 fucking many anyway.
Yeah,
Log
I think this guy's good. He kind of feels like Muldrotha mini, but for half the mana cost. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like he only is going to get creatures and only once per turn, but Muldrotha's once per turn, but he's half the mana and half the size until he's bigger. This guy's good.
So if Muldrotha is like a garbage bag and this guy's a Ziploc bag,
Oh, yeah.
right, it works out.
It
works out.
That's
It's all
it.
a matter of volume.
And perspective. Because if you hold a garbage bag over your head or you hold a Ziploc bag like this, same thing's going to happen.
I was thinking you were going to say if you hold a garbage bag out really far from you, and then if you hold the Ziploc bag really close to your head, they kind of look the same size because perspective.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Okay.
We're saying the same thing.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Here's
I'm just talking about suffocating with one, and you're talking about using it as a...
See, you're talking about sex stuff, and I'm talking about like how things look different when they're far away.
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about sex stuff.
No.
Oh.
I meant really like you hold it far away. It's like how the end of my wiener is way smaller than the front of my wiener because it's so far away from me.
I definitely thought you were making a pylon joke.
Well, I mean, it's
Only because perspective.
yeah, that's kind of what it
Only
looks like.
because we
but
live in
that's
a
perspective
three-dimensional
thing.
world.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
The vanishing point on my wiener is insane. Anyway,
Yeah, it's like when you're playing driving games on N64. You can't even see the end of it because there's fog and there's loading time. Yeah.
oh my god. Should you do the next Kotis?
Yeah, this is the next Kotis currently is the most built commander on EDH Rec from the main set as of right now.
That's exciting. I actually really liked this one.
Yes, it's
I think this one's really cool. But then I talked myself out of it. So I'm going to take you for the ride here.
Okay.
So 2-1 for what is
Saltai.
this? Saltai and 1.
Yeah.
Indestructible. Cool. Zombie warrior. Cool. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X of their library, where X is the amount of damage you have dealt. You may cast any number of those spells with mana value X or less for free. Excellent. So it's doing stuff that I like to do, where I'm stealing cards from my opponent and playing them, in this case, for free, which I really like. I've been working really hard on my Rev deck. This is kind of the same thing. It's along the same lines as a Gonti or any of those other play your opponent's decks. Here's the issue with it. You want to do maximum damage with your guy.
Yes.
So you're going to sneak him in to do big damage. Let's say you want to Genesis Wave your opponent for, I don't know, 22. What do you get from that? Nothing, because they're dead. And while you think, but your opponent's dead. Well, yeah, but so are you, because now you're left with a tapped 2/1 and nothing else. Or if you hit somebody for 15 and you just put all their stuff into play, well, you can't hit him again. You're going to lose all your stuff.
I got a different one.
So I just so that's how I talked myself out of it. I was really excited about I'm going to Villainous Wealth everybody. It's going to be awesome. And then I was like, well, then
Villainous Wealth would be good with this.
It's encouraging me to not beat my opponents, and I'm not into that. I'm just not into that.
Could you go Codus the Fangkeeper?
Yes.
And you go, no blocks. I go, cool. Hatred for 19. And then you go, cool, I'm dead. And then I go, oh, I'm going to mill 19. And then I'm going to go, exsanguinate for 19. Gain all my life back.
Well, you can't do that.
Why not?
Because they're dead.
Well, there's other players.
Well, no, but they're dead, so all their cards go away. You're not milling your stuff, you're milling their stuff.
Exile the top X cards of their library. Oh, this card got way less good.
Yeah, you're getting their stuff.
Oh.
So when they die, all of the cool shit that you've got, all the hard work you've done, goes away.
Oh.
So the more efficient your deck is being, the less you actually get to play it. And I don't like that.
Oh.
I can see why people are excited about it.
Oh, I can't.
But I think the reality of this card is significantly worse than the actual practice of it.
This card sucks.
Yeah.
Oh,
See?
what even is this?
Yeah, it's sucky.
Oh.
Yeah. And anybody who's ever played a Genesis Wave, you never Genesis Wave for fucking 4. That sucks. You want a Genesis Wave for 12. But you can only do that literally 6 times.
Can I make him deal combat damage to me?
No.
Can I donate him and then goad him? Come on. I want him to hit me. This is sucky. Cast any number of spells with mana value X. People aren't going to like playing against this anyways.
No.
Because I'm casting their stuff.
Yeah. That's a cool picture though up on the screen there. I like that one.
Yeah, that's his ink blot one.
Yep, I like that one.
Yeah, that one jives.
And it kind of looks like the symbol sort of looks like a butt cheek with a hair coming out of it. I think that's funny. That's what I see when I look at it.
Skip the hair.
Remember when we used to look at cards without my glasses on and I try and describe the art to you?
Now they're just far away.
Now they're far away, so it's basically the same thing.
I want this guy to be far away. I'm going to move to the next card.
Okay, Narset Jeskai Waymaster is the next one.
Okay, cool. This is 3/4 Human Monk again for just Jeskai straight up.
Yep.
At the beginning of your end step, if you you may discard your hand. If you do, draw cards equal to the number of spells you've cast this turn.
Remember when we talked earlier about, hey, look, it's another spell slinger fucking commander. Here's another spell slinging fucking commander.
This is another one where I said, what the hell even is that? Because I just think of going infinite with some of the very known and easy 2-card, 2 or 3 mana infinite Jeskai combos.
Yep.
Just like you can do in Elsha, just like you can do with the other Narset, and say, oh man, this is basically draw my whole deck at my end step, and it's like a draw X in my command zone.
Yeah.
And could I go infinite during my end step? At the beginning of my end step, I discard my hand. I could respond to that because that's a triggered ability.
Yep.
I could do the whole thing, and then when the ability, I could go infinite whatever, dramatic reversal, let's say.
Yeah.
And then do that 70 times, draw 70, and then cast an instant all during my end step, right?
Probably.
Because the game is going to check state-based effects and give everybody priority after after a beginning of end step ability resolves. People get priority again, right?
Yeah.
So I could do that if I let this resolve after comboing and then hold priority.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't go on the stack again, but you just dramatic reversal, but do nothing else, and then in your end step, you draw your whole library and win.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you have to do that probably at instant speed unless you have like a reliquary tower or something.
Or
Because you're dramatic reversaling to make mana in all likelihood, and then you would like Comet Storm or something with said mana.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
So there you go, Narset.
Or
Fully fair and balanced Narset finally?
oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Everybody's going to love playing against that bullshit.
You got to do it at the end step. It's totally fair.
Nothing says super fun game like a non-determinist Jeskai Storm combo that has to try and draw into its win.
That's
not.
That's my next T-shirt idea. Non-deterministic combos win or something like that, right? And I kind of think this is like a Wheel of Fortune deck because you know how we have like wheel decks.
Yep.
But I'm not sure if this is a wheel deck or not, or if this is just like a play a bunch of shit deck.
I think it's just a play a bunch of shit deck. It's the Storm deck that draws another hand at the end and then tries to win again. If the turn wasn't long enough, they're going to take 2.
Sure.
Nariv.
And Nariv. We've got 2 of these.
Two Narivs.
Mardu now. Mardu and 2, 4/4. Spirit Dragon, Flying, Death Touch. This card's really weird. When it enters, create 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens.
I'm listening.
Yeah, exactly. When it attacks, exile a number of cards from the top of your library equal to the number of differently named tokens you control. During any turn you attacked with a commander, you may play those cards. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Prosh. It reads like Prosh.
Yep.
It says Goblin something like Prosh. And I'm like, hey, this is Prosh. And then there's a whole bunch of bullshit that it's like,
it's a whole bunch of... Then it reads like Cumball. Remember Cumball?
I do.
Cumball, I think we ranked him like the worst pre-con commander ever at the time. And he's still not very good. And they're just trying it again in Mardu.
This card is so weird.
Yeah.
During your turn, any turn you attack with a commander, you may play those cards, is the same paragraph of text as whenever it attacks.
Yeah.
So it has to attack. I can't even like threaten your commander and hit you with it and then do the thing. I got to attack with my own guy.
Yep.
And it's differently named tokens?
Yep.
This card's weird.
This is a strange... And it's gonna be just like Cumball. This is a little better because it is in the token colors, but replacing Edgar Markov, this guy is not.
No, I don't know what the hell this... I can't play Food Chain with him either.
Nope.
Otherwise, I would just play Food Chain with him.
Yep. Not gonna, though.
No.
Not this time.
Not this time.
Not this time. And this one doesn't make an increasing number of tokens.
No. Let's look at the next one, because the next Nariv's actually good. I guess let us know in the comments. Is that card good? And it's a face commander for a precon. Like,
yeah.
What the ass?
And I actually like new Nariv. I like this one.
Yes, me too.
Because I actually play this deck in Jund.
I thought of your Jund deck.
In the all haste guy on the first episode of Sidewalk Slam. You can watch it on YouTube if you like.
And which you should.
It's a 4/5 for 4, Mardu and 1, flying. Whenever a creature you control that entered the battlefield deals damage on the turn it came in, it deals twice that much damage instead. So,
I like that.
So instead of attack with haste to make tapped treasure token, which totally sucks, I can attack with haste, do double damage, which is very good.
Yes. I wonder why this guy doesn't have haste himself and is like a 3/5. Because then he'd deal 6, and he would like do his own ability. He'd lead by example. Right? He's not a very good leader.
Maybe you should put a little business suit on him. He can be a CEO of a major company.
Oh, because he's telling you what to do, not showing you how to do it.
Exactly.
Ah, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, he's a boss, not a leader.
That's right. That's correct.
Bossy Nariv. Boss of the storm.
But I do like this picture also. The one that's on the screen, I think, is a little bit more colorful and fun. That's why I picked it. The actual art, he looks like a storm cloud, which is really cool.
Yep.
I appreciate that very much.
Yep. You know what? My criticism of cards like this is I know exactly what the deck is going to be.
Yep.
Mostly, it's going to be red creatures with haste. There's going to be some supplemental things in white and black. Probably your game changers and tutors to find other damage doublers and the biggest things that you have with haste.
Damage and token doublers are what you're going to find out of red and white, and then black will help you find all of those things. And
Draw cards.
Off to the races we go, right?
Yes, Robert's your father's brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. This deck is unfortunate. It's boring. It's cool. I enjoy it, but it's another boring ass commander. It tells you exactly what to do. It does one thing, and that's it.
Constantly upgradable over time, though.
Truth.
Truth,
More
because you're gonna
creatures
get-
with haste will be printed.
Yeah, and the deck will get better and better and more aggro. And then in 5 years from now, you're going to see some player that's like, I started playing in Tarkir Dragonstorm, and this is my haste most aggro deck. And I love when that kind of thing happens. This is the exact kind of card that it's going to happen with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on.
Sarkhan Dragon Asimpant.
Oh, he's a dragon simp.
Because I've had enough of this guy's shit. He's a 2/2 for 2. Look at dragon, show off dragon, become dragon, get bigger like dragon, attack like dragon. That's it. That's what he does.
I like this card because it's a 2-drop commander that actually gives you a treasure on layaway. So he's kind of like a 1-drop commander.
Sure.
And does dragon stuff. Specifically, dragon enters, put +1 on Sarkhan. Sarkhan becomes dragon, gains flying.
Yes. So that extra 1 mana that you get, it's around 4 on turn 2. You can play all the 4-drop dragons that are in mono red.
There is some.
Yep. And you're going to have at least one of them in your hand, probably.
Yep.
And that's going to have to tide you over until you have 6. And then you can start playing 1 dragon a turn. And then Sarkhan's going to be there also.
I like the idea of this little guy, Sarkhan, leading a team of dragons. And I like that it's monocolored. We don't get very many monocolored legends.
That's true.
We just don't. And when somebody tells me this is my mono red dragon deck, secretly in the back of my mind, because I used to have a mono red dragon deck, I say,
Cool.
shit yeah, hell yeah, mono red dragons. Like that's as classic as you can get.
It's true.
So can't argue if I see somebody put down a Sarkhan and say, this is my mono red dragon deck.
I think I would respect this card more if it wasn't Sarkhan on the card, honestly.
Oh, what if it was Sarkhan's sister?
Sure. If it was anybody but this simp, I would be fine with it. Like,
I hit the button.
Shiko and Narset.
Here's the other Narset.
Yeah, we're talking about Narset. We're going to talk about the other Shiko here in a second.
Or do we have 3 Narsets? No, this is just the other
Just
Narset.
2. They team her up on a, this is another Face Commander.
They team her up. Brando, she's Jess guy.
Oh,
Get your shit together.
I quit.
I quit too. I quit.
She's a 4/4 for 4. She has Jeskai and they're flying vigilance, flurry, which does something when you cast your second spell each turn. And probably you shouldn't Google. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, if that spell targeted something, you copy it and can retarget the copy.
Shit, yeah, hell yeah. You know what my targets are going to target? Frickin' me. And you know what they're going to say?
Extra turn.
Yes!
There, we've done it.
You cracked the code.
We cracked the code again. Like, how do we do it?
Time stretch, 4 extra turns, baby.
How do we do it? That's the 3rd Jeskai card that has been extra combats and extra turns.
I really wish it said put 2+1/+1 counters on it. Shit, this card sucks.
We did it. So, fuck it. We'll move to the other Shiko. Paragon of the Way.
I want to keep talking about this one.
But we've already talked about everything she's going to do. You know? And you draw a card when you copy the deck.
This feels a lot like when you said, this is what people are going to do with Golos.
Yeah.
And I said, no, it's value. You can play anything you want. It's going to be Gates and Maze's End. And
now Golos is banned.
Now Golos is banned. Not that this card is going to get banned.
No.
That's not what we're saying. We never say that.
No, that's never. There's nothing in here that I would argue should be banned. Or even really watched out for.
You know what this feels like? This feels like when I tell people that I play Calamax, and they go, oh yeah, you're just going to copy a copy spell and copy something 100 million times and make Calamax huge. And it's like, no. There's no infinites in here. That's what this feels like.
That's what you have to do when you're going to play
I want to target myself with like, target player draws 2 cards, and then I draw 4 cards.
Yeah.
And maybe like whenever you copy a spell, you can jerk off, and that's like your strategy.
No.
That's what I want to do. Just some bullshit.
What do you draw into?
Shut up.
See?
I don't know yet.
See?
I don't know yet.
And that's why nobody, not you specifically, but that's why people don't believe you and they say, oh no, I just want to draw 10 cards. Well,
I don't know.
What are you hoping to draw into, bud?
Underworld Breach.
Yeah,
Brain
Underworld
freeze.
Brain freeze, probably.
Yeah, target myself with brain freeze, copy it.
Yeah, right? There it is. So we've done it again. We're so good at this.
I'm going to hit the button.
Okay, Shiko, Paragon of the Way, is a 4/5 flying vigilance ghost dragon for Jeskai, and 2. When it enters, exile target non-land card with mana value 3 or less from a bin, copy it, then you can cast the copy for free. Neat.
That's like Sun Titan the Dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon Sun Titan
Yes.
way.
Correct.
This is a fine card.
This is neat. I think that Sun Titan is a better card, but
You think so?
yeah, well, because Sun Titan doesn't exile it, so if the thing dies, you can get it again.
Oh.
You can get your same fetch land a whole bunch of times.
Yes. This gets one thing and exiles it, but copies it?
Yes.
Yes. Like.
And you can't get land with it.
I suppose you can't. This one is a flying vigilant version of Sun Titan. No, Sun Titan got vigilance, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. The Sun Titan comparison is apt, I think. It's cheaper, yet smaller, yet flying, but it's got limitations.
And it has 3 colors in it. So is it...
But it can be your commander, which
Yes.
if Sun Titan was legendary, nobody would play it.
No.
In their command zone.
No.
Whoever's playing Sun Titan are going to play it anyways.
Yes.
This gives you a reason to actually play 3 colors. It pairs nicely with Sun Titan
Sure
because
does.
you're probably going to do Sun Titan. If you want this in your command zone, you're going to want Sun Titan in your deck.
Yes.
And
They're all doing the same kind of thing. You get
Yeah.
Savine's Reclamation, all that kind of
Yep,
stuff.
yep.
You're going to play all
Oh,
the low drop
this
removal that
is-
you can get with it. You're going to do lots of cool stuff.
this is Savine's Reclamation on a commander. That's
Yeah.
what this is.
Meh.
Okay.
Meh.
I don't hate that. Is it better than Savine? Frick, what does he do?
Savine was the
dude.
Was he the cycling one? Oh no, he was the dockside extortionist commander. That's what he did.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was the precon from Dockside Extortionist. Savine is prevent all damage that would be dealt to Savine, and whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery from your graveyard each turn, you copy it, and then choose new targets. So this is kind of like that, and Jeskai.
Yeah.
This goes in your Savine deck, and vice versa.
Truth.
I think that's all fine.
Yep.
And it is the flashback deck, which gives you some redundancy with your commander's strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you have cast from not your hand, cast from graveyard kind of stuff. You probably put it in the deck with Past in Flames
Yeah. And some extra turns and combat spells.
and Underworld Breach. Yeah, okay. Jeskai. Well, now you know.
Excellent. Okay, good.
This card's fine, and I would
there's
play
nothing
it.
wrong with it.
I would play it in my dragon deck, if nothing else, than to get back my rampant growths.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say with it. You can get back your cultivates and your Kadama's reaches and your rampant growths and all that stuff.
Yeah. This guy.
New Sidisi.
Oh, fuck yeah. This is Death Birth Ink Pod.
Deathing Pod.
Yes.
Yes.
Dying Pod.
I like Deathing Pod better.
Yes, I do too.
1/3 for black 1. Legendary creature, zombie, snake, warlock. Tap, sack a dude with mana value X. Then you can return creature with mana value X+1 from your bin to the battlefield.
Frick.
Cool.
Why's it got to have a tap in there? Why can't I just chain all my guys together, get bigger every time?
Because that's why.
Because bullshit.
Yeah, because that's exactly why.
Sidisi, Regent of the Mire, brought to you by the letter bullshit.
Let it be for bullshit.
Have you ever heard of Intruder Alarm?
Yes, I have.
Very good with Intruder Alarm.
Solid Magic the Gathering card. And I'll bet you're going to see Sidisi and Intruder Alarm in lots of the same decks, because I think this is an amazing card, but I don't know if I like it in the command zone.
No, and you can't put it in the command zone and expect to play Intruder Alarm. You got to
Correct.
play that new black and white and blue zombie from Ether Drift
Yes.
as your commander, and then you can just basically not go infinite, but sack it back, sack it back, sack it back, sack it back. Yep. Yeah, very good.
Climb the ladder with it. And this, I think that everything that you would say about a birthing pod or a birthing pod type card, you say about Sidisi.
Oh, frickin', it says other than Sidisi's. You can't even sacrifice her to herself.
Yeah.
Like the original Sidisi, you could.
Yeah.
She had exploit, and you just bin her immediately to tutor forever you want, and
Yes.
you get a die trigger.
Yeah.
Oh,
An
yeah.
ETB and a tutor. Pretty good.
Yes.
Because you enter, you exit. It's
And
there.
if the thing that you tutor for is a graveyard, get her back, or then you get another ETB and another ETB and another tutor. And then you find your Dark Confidant, or not your Dark Confidant, you find your frickin' Gary, your Gray Merchant.
Yeah, we can already find. Gary's easy to find for us.
Then
He's right
you
over there.
win. And then somebody cracks a crop rotation and exiles your frickin' graveyard at instant speed with Bajuka Bog.
Yep.
Not good.
Yeah.
Or you get frickin' Ravenous trapped in Commander.
It's rough.
Terrible.
It's rough when that happens.
Serac.
Serac Elusive Hunt. I'm gonna say this card is fucking shit.
This card is a 99er.
Yeah, this card will never be at the head of a deck ever, and if it is, I mean, good on you, but you're doing it for the memes. It's a
You're doing it wrong.
4/3 can't be countered. Trample for green 2. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability, whether it's on the stack or not, you draw a card. Cool.
Yeah. You know what? If it said creatures you control can't be countered, the card would be better.
Yes.
But and
Still wouldn't be a commander, but would be better.
that frickin' says draw a card on it. And I'm saying can't be countered is better.
And it doesn't say only triggers once a turn, and it's still just it's better Prowling Serpapod, kind of, except no, Prowling Serpapod says that your other creatures can't be countered.
Correct. Ooh, that's a good comparison though.
Yeah.
It's easier to cast.
It's true.
People play Prowling Serpapod in Animar, but there's 2 drop things that say your creatures can't get countered, and this is a 3.
Yes.
Though this can't be countered. Is that worth it? For me, I don't think so.
No.
Frick.
I highly doubt it. I don't know. He's just... And he's got antlers growing out of his chin.
Yeah, he's got
That's so stupid.
He's got a sick beard.
Like, what a fucking ghost antlers. What the hell?
Ghost antlers. Man, I wish I had a ghost antler where it counted. I love cards with snow in it. I've come to realize that.
Yeah?
I fucking hate snow. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't want any snow in my life, ever.
Except on Magic cards.
Yeah, what you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tygam.
Oh, man, you're going to love this card. You're going to freaking love this
Oh,
card.
don't.
Can I read it?
You read it.
You read it and you tell me what you think.
You want me to read it? Or you
No,
want
I'll
to
read it.
Okay, you read it. Okay.
He's a 2/2 for 2.
Sounds good.
He's a walrus. Cuckoo, Kachoo.
Perfect.
That's good.
Yeah.
Human monk. I like him already.
Yeah, you dig it.
He got flurry. I like
course he
this too.
does. Yeah.
Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy it, then exile the spell you cast with 4 time counters on it. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. Time stretch. Fucking infinite turns of time stretch. Because you take 4 turns, and by the time it freaking...
Yeah.
As long as you can cast something before time stretch on your 4th turn... I love it. It doesn't even have white or blue in the frickin' mana cost.
Every single Jeskai commander. Every single one.
Oh no, this one's blue. I don't even need those other colors. And you know what?
Just to prove a point, I'm pretty sure that's why they did that.
Fierce Guardianship online as early as turn 1, baby, because I'm going to go Mox Diamond into frickin' Island into Tygam. Fuck yeah. I don't know how I'm going to get 10 mana after that, but that's future Ryan's problem.
Yeah, that's...
I'm going to time stretch Uncle Brando forever.
Man.
I'm going to time stretch him so hard, the next game I'm going to be taking extra turns because that's how many extra turns I'm going to take. You're never going to get a turn. You're going to have to quit Magic.
I might. If they print another set with 5 infinite turns commanders, I might have to. Just saying.
Really? You can't 5x infinite though. It's still infinite. Learn how to do math.
5 different ways to do it in the same way. It's ridiculous.
You lowbrow, don't even play blue guy.
I know, right? Jesus.
Eyebrows down by his knuckles that are dragging on the ground.
So buy your strangleholds, kids. That's all I can say. Stranglehold. Oh, and Voidmere.
Oh,
Voidmere is real good here, too.
Voidmere. That card, I was going to wreck Magic.
Yeah, remember when it ruined Magic? Did you and Mac talk about that when you talked about cards that ruined Magic?
Frick. We didn't. Frick. Yeah, it didn't ruin it hard enough.
It didn't ruin it enough, hey?
Yeah. Should be on the Game Changers list.
Teresa Light Shatter.
Are we even talking about Magic cards anymore? Tursa?
Tursa.
That
3/3.
feels like there's a missing letter in there.
3/3 for 3 with haste. When it enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. That's pretty cool.
Fine. Yep.
Whenever she attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your bin, you can exile a card at random from your bin, and you can play it this turn.
That's like the reddest card I've ever seen.
Yes.
It's a 3/3 for 3 with haste.
Yep.
And then you rummage.
Yep.
That's rummage, right?
Correct.
Rummage times 2. And then cast something random from your graveyard.
Yep.
This is going to be like the quintessential Chaos Commander. Like, why would you not play this as your Chaos Commander? It's got lightning on it. It's a wizard. It's got haste. It rummages.
She's an orc for some reason.
And it randomizes something.
Yeah.
This is the new Chaos Commander.
I kind of do like it, and I would play it in decks, but in our meta, I find that you don't, unless you're playing a graveyard strategy, typically you don't really end up with huge graveyards. So a lot of the time, she probably wouldn't do anything. She'd just maybe draw me 2 cards. So, you know, that's kind of my thought on it.
I'm doing the thing where I talk about like, okay, here's the other stuff. You've got Okun and Zinder Split. These are Chaos Commanders.
It's coin flipping.
Yeah, you've got Ursi Fortune's Flame.
Also flips coins.
Zedru the Greathearted. That's you're giving stuff away, then draw cards, gain life equal to shit that other people have that's yours.
Yep.
Abaddon the Despoiler and Norin the Wary. Those are Chaos Commanders.
Yeah.
This is way more chaotic because I can cast stuff for free. This is a card advantage engine.
That's true. But remember, you're not casting them for free.
I suppose.
You have to pay for them. And all those other commanders, with the exception maybe of Zedru, will beat you to death all by themselves.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You can't discount the fact that your commander can actually win you a game.
Yeah. Speaking of win you the game, let's talk about this guy.
Taval,
Arbiter of Virtue. He should be an advisor. If he's gonna arbit, he's got to be an advisor.
It's fair.
Yes. Spirit Dragon, Flying Lifelink, spells you cast have Delve.
Which means you can remove cards from your graveyard to pay the colorless casting costs of your spells.
Whenever you cast a spell, lose life equal to its mana value. That's freaking weird.
You'll notice how it's not when you delve a card, it's whenever you cast anything.
But why?
I feel like they realized, oh shit.
I looked this guy up too.
Oh shit,
why?
We don't want to do that.
Why? But why? I don't.
Even if you cast it for free, if you use Force of Will in this deck, you sick yourself. You're 6 yourself.
5.
5. Sorry.
Okay, so
Like,
do you exchange life totals with people? You mill yourself.
yes.
Yeah, you obviously mill yourself because spells you control have or cast have Delve.
Right.
So everything costs nothing.
Right.
It costs just like 1 colorless. Okay, that's insanely powerful. See Animar.
Yes.
We've talked about Animar a couple times already. Probably I don't care if I lose a whole ton of life because I could. Here's one. What color is this fucking guy?
Blue, black, green.
Oh, not white. Okay. Mill my whole self.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Let's say 50 cards in my graveyard.
Sure.
I'm going to exile 50 cards
Uh-huh.
to pay the casting cost of Exsanguinate.
And then 50 myself. Hell yeah.
Okay, 40, 39.
I'm going to 39 myself.
But also
Hell
my
yeah.
opponents, and
That's
then
true.
I'm going to gain, because your life total goes up and down at the same time. It could be 500 if that's the case.
But when you cast it, you lose the life.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, got to make sure that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then they've thought about me doing that.
Yes.
So it's got to be 39, and then I'm going to gain like a freaking 80-something, 87 life, 80, whatever life it is.
This reminds me of my Sashiro the Anointed Snake Hurricane deck, where essentially the point of the deck was to make all the mana and then Hurricane, and I would win if I had the highest life total when I tried to win.
Yes.
And this kind of has given me the same energy.
This gives me the same energy as the mono white guy from Dominaria, where you switch its toughness and your life total.
Tree of something?
No, but that card goes in this deck, Tree of Perdition.
That's the black one.
And the other tree. They both go in this deck.
Sure.
The white guy can't go in this deck, but Mirror Universe and the Soul Conduit from New Phyrexia or whatever goes in this deck. And Profane Transfusion. Got there. You switch life total. It's a Mirror Universe, but you get like an XX equal to the life total difference.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you just play the mirror, whatever the mirror, like Magus of the Mirror. And
Yes.
Then the other mirror.
So you just chain a whole bunch of shit, then you go Mirror Universe. How much life? 5, take 6 in the air. And it's got lifelink. So it's like free mana. This card's good.
It's fine.
This card's gonna fucking kill you.
It just doesn't do it. It does the opposite of what we say, where it doesn't do what it says it does on the card. I'm going to play fucking huge man. I'm going to play giant Exsanguinates and huge Genesis Waves. Yeah. Oh, wait, I die when I do that?
Oh, don't care.
Oh, shit.
Don't care.
So you want to play like more kind of value-y stuff for cheaper so that you can gain that life all back.
Villas Broker of Blood. Whenever you lose life, draw that many cards.
Yeah?
Ooh, yeah.
And then play them.
Ooh, Platinum Imperium. Your life total can't change.
There you
Platinum
go.
Angel.
Sure.
Mill yourself Platinum Angel and just delve everything away.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
this
could do
card's
that.
good. See, this is the kind of shit that I want to build. This is crazy.
Continue. Next one. Taval, the balanced scale.
I like this art.
I don't hate this card.
4/4 Spirit Dragon with flying for Sultine 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is another face commander
Yep.
from Precon.
Correct.
When it attacks, mill 3 cards. I'm listening. Then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
Sure.
Get some Muldrotha vibes there. Also, whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, you put a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token.
I still don't think they should be zombie druids. They should just be zombies.
Yeah, I don't.
Just be zombies.
Yeah, I don't think you have an occupation when you're a zombie. Hey,
No, you're
not.
dead.
You're not on LinkedIn or like
No.
perusing Indeed.com.
No, that's
You
what
just-
I'm doing. Like a zombie.
You just, yeah. You don't have an occupation. You're just a zombie.
I know.
I feel like a zombie.
Yeah, man.
This guy's good. I think he goes right in the other Taval's deck, and also gives me Muldrotha vibes. He gives me Tormod, the Desecrated vibes when something leaves your graveyard, and also Desecrated Tomb. When
Yeah.
something leaves your graveyard, you get a bat creature.
Make a bat. She would go in all the Muldrotha decks because
And-
you can play it in there. You can bring it back from
Yeah.
your bin, and every time you do the Muldrotha thing, you just get additional value while you're doing it.
And Tormod and Desecrated Tomb would go in this deck, so you could essentially act as like a token doubler.
Yes.
Also, you could play Doubling Season and double those tokens. You could play Self-Mill and never have to actually care about stuff being in your graveyard so it can leave. You could Reanimator Shell. You could do stuff with Delve where you actually just exile things one at a time, like one for every spell you cast.
Yep.
So every spell then gets you a 2/2 zombie, potentially, and a 1/1 flying bat.
It's pretty good.
This seems like a very synergistic.
And if you're playing Sir
Deck.
Conrad, it's also a damage,
Oh,
right? Like,
Yeah.
so there's lots of stuff you could do with this guy.
Yes,
to
you
make it
could.
good.
You could do like a Buried Alive or an Entomb for Sir Conrad, and then reanimate him, thereby giving yourself a 2/2. And then every time you like play Reanimator or Delve, Sir Conrad is actually doing the thing.
Doing the work.
Yeah,
Dig it.
I actually like that.
I like that
I
card.
like that,
a
and
good card.
that's the kind of play that I like. That I would say it's not a zombie deck. It's not 3 colors. Mono black zombies. Okay, we got a couple more.
Urany the Unwritten.
Oh, your reader, the unwritten. Man, I like this card.
Urany.
Urine.
Urethra the Unwritten. There we go. We got him.
Urine the unurethra.
Because he's a dick.
This guy is going to cause some big dick problems.
Yeah.
Okay, 7/7 Spirit Dragon, Flying Trample, Teamer, 4. 7/7 Flying Trample for 4.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. Flample.
What's it? 7/7 for 7.
That's what I said.
You said for 4.
Sure. Teamer and 4. When it attacks or enters, look at the top 8 cards of your library. That's lots.
Yeah.
You may put a dragon creature card from among them onto the battlefield, put the rest in the bottom in a random order.
I like that it's not tapped and attacking, and that you don't have to put it back into your fucking hand afterwards. I hate when that happens. Such
Yeah.
a tease.
That's all balls.
Because now it's never going to come out of my hand ever.
This is the guy that made me say, man, I want to build a Teamer Dragon deck. And then I said, man, I should just build an Animar Teamer Dragon deck. But I don't want all my decks to feel the same, so I might build this guy.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then I can say, I get another Teamer deck, favorite color combination.
Yep.
I'm playing this big fuck off dragon.
Yep.
It's still a dragon deck, so it feels very like traditional high fantasy.
You missed him. We're on the wrong one on the screen.
You missed him.
Did I number them wrong? Oh, I suck.
Yep.
I suck. I missed that one.
Definitely suck.
Well, I'm terrible.
You got Rainbow Wings. It's that one. He's the face commander for the Teamer Precon. That
Very
one.
cool. Yes.
I might build it. I'm not saying I'm going to buy the Precon, though if I was, I would get it from FusionGamingOnline.com.
Save yourself 5%.
Yep, CCO, no, not Fusion 5. That's an old promo code. CCO Holiday.
1 hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, we're using time. We're burning daylight. We said we were going to do every legend, and we meant it.
We got 3 more. We
Yeah.
did good.
Urany, the song unending. It's on the screen. It's been on the screen for a
man.
while.
And you know what? You did me dirty here
Why is that?
because you used the showcase art.
Yeah.
And I wanted you to use the regular art because it got snow in it.
I didn't
It
know you
looks
liked
like-
snow at the time.
It looks like my parents' like cabin up at the lake.
This one looks like your parents.
I can't argue.
Yeah,
Okay, Teamer in 5. That's 8 whole mana.
that's 8 magics. We
Man,
better get a
what could
good-ass
you-
creature for that.
What could you do with 8 magics?
Win the game.
Let's
Everyone
see.
used to say that if we're going to pay 8 magic, you better win the game.
Spirit Dragon, protection from white, protection from black. What? What?
What the fuck?
Flying?
What?
It's not flying trample. It's not flample. It's flying bulk. That's its ability.
Okay.
When it enters, it deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers your opponents control, where X is the number of lands you control. So it's going to enter and do 8 probably?
Dang. And it's a 10-10.
And it's a 10/10 that you can't block because it's got flying and protection from white and protection from black.
Yeah. Only green things can block. I guess green and red could block it because you have spiders and you have dragons.
I was going to say, yeah, because green has so many flyers.
They have spiders. They have reach. Reach really high.
I guess white angels can block it.
No, they can't. Because they're white.
Nope, you're right.
They literally can't because they're white.
Oh, man. Oh, blue
You
can
sure you
block
play
it.
Animar?
Blue can block it.
Oh, yeah, if they play sphinxes.
Yeah, ain't nobody going to
Yeah,
block
nobody's
this.
going to do that. No blue
Somebody's
deck's
going to
blocking
not
this.
take 10 and block with their consecrated swings? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
This card's cool. I love the art. I love Teamer. What can I
And
say?
people are going to say, oh, what if they have a bunch of bird tokens? It's not going to have a bunch of bird tokens after Yureni finishes wanting all of them.
Yeah, he's just going to fly over and they're going to be dead.
Yes.
It's going to be a massacre. Yeah.
Let's go again.
Zergo Storm Render.
Another one of our face guys. Mardu for a 3/3. So that's a 3/3 for 3. Mobilize 1. That means when he attacks, you get 1 red attacking red warrior creature token. Whenever a creature token you control eats shit, we draw a card if it was attacking. Otherwise, each opponent loses a life.
Now, very important, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step.
Yes.
So it's going to go away anyways.
Yep.
And his second ability says whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, draw a card if it was attacking.
So if they chump block your little shitty 1/1, you draw a card.
Yes,
If
or...
they don't, then you're going to 1 them and you're going to gain a life. No, I guess you don't gain a life.
Yeah, you just
do 1.
Yeah. Or before your combat phase ends, you can sacrifice it through nefarious means.
Goblin Bombardment.
Yeah, or Viscerous here. Something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And you can draw the card even if you've attacked, right? And if you're really savvy, like players who play Reconnaissance, you can go all the way to end of combat step within the combat phase, and that creature still is attacking, even though it's already done its combat damage.
Yep.
So then, after they've taken their 1,
Yep.
then, or their 2 if you have Anointed Procession, or their 4 if you have Anointed Procession and a damage doubler, because why wouldn't you?
Of course.
Then you sacrifice your guys and draw 2 cards.
Pretty good.
Or you just say, fuck it, and wait till end of turn and you dome them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do the damage. It's fine.
Yes, and it is loss of life, so it's not going to work with the same said damage doubler. So you just have to pick and choose wisely. I think that this guy and the other Zergo go hand in hand. I think this is like the typical go wide token strategy in red and white, and then you get black to sacrifice with.
Correct.
To control what you want, life loss or card draw.
This is precisely the truth. And I think that I would have switched these, if I was honest. I would put Storm Render in the regular set
Yeah.
and put Thunder's Decree in the Commander deck, because I think that the Thunder's Decree actually kind of gives you something a little bit more interesting to do in a Commander deck.
Well, let's take a look. Last card.
2/4 for 3. Mobilize 2. So it does the same thing as the other one, but twice as good.
You get 2 tapped and attacking red warrior 1/1s at the beginning of your end step. Sacrifice them.
During your end step, warrior tokens you control have this token can't be sacrificed.
That's weird.
So we play our warrior deck, and you can use all of those red cards like Heat Shimmer or Mirror March or any of these things that are going to make token copies of the warriors that die at the end of turn. But now you don't have to, because that's not how it works. Because
Zergo changes the rules.
And now you can make 10 or 15 dudes and just keep them.
I don't hate that.
I like that lots.
I like that from a go wide standpoint. I like that from a pre-con leading standpoint, though I haven't, in all honesty, I have not looked through with a comb yet all of the pre-con lists,
Yeah.
and in particular the new cards, like the cards that are going to have mobilize and work directly with the commanders.
Right.
Haven't looked at all those yet to know, yes, Storm Render versus Thunder's Decree, which one should be the commander. And the same is true for all of the other face cards, like
Yeah, like we can
Taval and Taval and Ureni and Ureni. Yeah.
better and better.
Better and better. Yeah, I do know that both of those are better than fucking everything else.
Yes.
I do know this. I know that I really appreciate the lower power and toughness, lower drop commanders that reward you for being in 3 colors, but only cost 3 colors.
Yes.
I like the 3 color pips in the mana cost. I think that's clean. I think it's a great way to exemplify abilities on each card. Like if we got a white card that had black and red in its mana or in
Text
its
box?
text box, I don't like that as much.
I don't like those either.
So
How many times have people stopped me when I'm playing Toxrill?
Mhm.
Why are you playing blue cards? Well, there's a blue pip down here at the bottom,
Mhm.
and that's why.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Don't like
And
that.
man, I'm more pumped than I was before.
Ooh.
There's meme commanders in
Love it.
the extra turn ones that are going to be like, oh yeah, it's Tygom turns, and it's like, okay, put it away. I don't even want to play. You just win that game,
Yeah, you can have it.
right? And then there's chaos commanders like Tursa that I certainly don't like.
Yeah.
There's Sidisi zombies. There's Sarkon dragons, and those are just the monocolored ones.
Yeah.
Then there's the ones that cost just 3 colors. There's all the teamer ones. There's all of the actual high-powered dragons. The Delve one, that one still blows my mind. I still don't know what to think about that card. Taval.
It's going to be good. I think
Yeah.
we're going to see some cool shit with the
Yeah.
ball. That's what I
Yeah.
think.
Where are you going to pick them up when you want? Hey, you made your order already.
I sure did. I ordered 4 cards.
Oh yeah. And did you use CCO Holiday promo code to save yourself 5%?
Sure did. You want to know what the 5% was? $9.
Hey,
Yeah, baby. So those are pimp ass 5 cards. 4 cards. Those
wow.
are,
Yeah. No shit.
look out.
No shit.
Pre-order prices, and I'm Canadian, so of course we're gonna
Yeah, that's a thing.
get
That's
the
a thing.
hose, baby. But thank you very much for them for giving us a reason to be here, along with you guys for watching. Thanks to Gary and LB for helping us put the show together, giving us the studio time
Yep.
and space, and the
Yep.
friendship and love that we all need to stay happy and healthy. And I hope that you all do the same. Check out our Patreons on the screen right now. Patreon.com/CCO Podcast. Every little bit helps. Vegas coming up. Atlanta in the future. We hope to see you there, and we're going to be back next week with the rest of the set on the next exciting episode of Commander Cookout Podcast.